Yeah, that was an epic battle. It's like little dudes. You are not the first Toa. Oh, maybe they're the first Toa. Oh, hey, welcome to the game store. How's it going? I imagine you're here to pick up your PS2 games? Awesome. Yeah, they're all in. We tested them. They're clean. They're working great. And I actually managed to find your Mario manual from last time. Just give me 1 second here. I'll run and grab that. Okay, so here we go. The Mario Traveler's Guide. So, like I said, we'll still give you the discount from last time. Don't have to worry about taking that off or anything. I can give you that for the inconvenience. But now you've got this manual. It talks a little bit about the Odyssey. Have you been getting into it? Playing it at all? You have. You're all the way up to Bub Lane. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That's actually my favorite level. Yeah. Yeah. We got the Metro Kingdom. I mean, it's technically the Seaside Kingdom, but Bub Lane. Those who know, you know. But, sick, yeah. I'll give that over to you. So I'm just going to pull up your order here, and I think I remember that from last time, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually, I'm fortunate it is still up on the screen. Could you just confirm on the pin pad that that is the order? It should be for Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet and Clank going Commando, Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal, and Ratchet and Clank. No, you didn't get the fourth game. You got Torino. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Well, I'm just gonna run to the back and grab those. Just wait right here. Alright, so I've got your games here, and I didn't mention it before, but we do have the blue controller as well. I'll do a walkthrough of that at the end here. So let's just get these games in proper order. I'm gonna start with one that's a little bit off theme. Torino 2006, the Olympic Games, the Winter Olympic Games. In fact, they've got alpine skiing, speed skating, bobsleigh, biathlon, luge, ski jumping. There's multiplayer, single player, like Olympics. You can pick a country and like win medals for all of them. There are time trials and like records that you can set for each sport, and there are 3 separate difficulty levels that you can do, and so you can actually compete against up to 4 of your friends. And yeah, you can play with 2 people standard, but if you have multi-tap for your PS2, you can play with up to 4 people. It says here there's a tense live atmosphere modeled on the real-life venues. I suppose for the time, for 2006 at least, right? Stunning winter scenery and immersive graphics, same thing. It's for 2006, probably pretty good, but for now, for 2026, 20 years later, probably not going to be holding up quite the same. They actually had the Olympics in Italy this year. I think it was in Milano. But I don't know, I haven't seen any video game releases for that. I think there's maybe a Mario one. Sometimes they do one for Mario. And there might have been some mobile stuff as well. But I haven't seen anything for mainline console like PS5, the newest Xbox. I actually don't keep up as much with the newest gaming consoles because we are a retro gaming store. I do play them, but again, my bread and butter is more with this retro stuff here. So, yeah, we'll have to see if they end up coming up with an Olympics game for the 2026 Olympics. Maybe the interest is not there anymore, although I've always enjoyed them. I played this one, and Beijing, I believe, the Summer Olympics for the PS3. And we've actually got a copy in the shop here. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you'll really enjoy this. It's a really fun game to play with friends or by yourself, especially in the winter time. You know, cozy up with a nice hot cocoa, play some winter sports, and you're all set. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in the pile, and we'll just keep walking through them. Next up, we've got Ratchet and Clank, the first game. So I'll show you that here. And you know what? I'm just gonna stack these up real quick because we didn't do a disk verification on that last one. I always forget it's store policy. So we got disk verification and a manual here as well for you. So, and the original sometimes came with memory cards, but no memory cards here. Or I don't know if they came with them or if you just stored them in there. You called me out. I was actually more of an Xbox gamer than PS3 and PS2 and all that stuff. We moved over to PlayStation later. Realized what I was missing, but yeah, I don't know. Games maybe came, some of them. I imagine some of them had to have, right? Especially like bigger games. What if it was going to use like all of your data or something, right? But I never bought any fresh PS2 games, so I don't know. Something to look into for sure. We got Ratchet and Clank though, anyways. It's the first game in the Ratchet and Clank series. So you play as Ratchet, who meets Clank. With over 36 weapons and gadgets to choose from, it's no wonder that Ratchet and Clank have itchy trigger fingers. It's simple. Lots of enemies to take down, lots of fun weapons and gadgets, and you get to blow up, burn, bomb, and obliterate your enemies. Oh yeah, go ahead. Blow it up, blow it all up. So the big thing is, you get bolts from taking down enemies in this game. Honestly, most enemies can be taken down with Ratchet's aforementioned Ratchet, his wrench. But some enemies are a little bit faster, you need special timing, and it's better to use your other weapons. So, again, up to 36 different ways to take down your enemies, and each of those is unlocked progressively as you go through the game. Go to different planets. This game leaned really heavily on like cyberpunk, kind of corporate satire, or satire, depending on how you pronounce it. I think that's one of the tomato situations. But yeah, it was a really funny game. The humor was a little bit more dark compared to the second and third games, and the gameplay was also a little bit more clunky. Yeah, it wasn't as ironed out. They were kind of just getting their footing, which makes sense because it's only the first game in the series, right? But let's do a quick disc check here. You've got your disc, alright? No manual, but you do have a few posters, it looks like. I'm not going to open those up here because they're like massive. But yeah, you have two posters for Ratchet and Clank. So there's a lot of really great cutscenes. If you miss out on loot, you can go back to levels and they like regenerate. So if you mess something up the first time, you can always go back and get it. I actually just messed up one of the levels myself, and I was worried because I realized I missed like an info bot. But apparently, after looking it up online, I found out you can go back. So it's good to know. What else we got about this? This was made by Insomniac Games, so for those who know, Insomniac used to be one of the titans in this era of gaming. If it had Insomniac on it, you knew you were in for a real gaming treat. A real treat of gaming. You were gonna have a good time. So I love the cover art for this too. They've got some different schematics for different weapons. You've got Clank there on the back of Ratchet. Just a really fun game. So just a note, I haven't actually played much of Going Commando or Up Your Arsenal. I played them at like a friend's house growing up, I wasn't really like allowed to have these games. So I'm playing them now as an adult. And I'm not through going Commando or Up Your Arsenal myself. I know a little bit about them because of like work here and stuff. So we'll just do kind of like a lighter walkthrough on these, and I'm spoiler free on all of these. So going Commando is the second in the series. In this one, the combat's a lot more sophisticated, and Ratchet and Clank themselves are a lot more sophisticated. I believe they get inducted into like the agency of the dude they're trying to like find in the first game. I said no spoilers, but I mean it happens like right off the beginning, and there's multiple games, so you know, there's continuity. Ratchet and Clank are back, and they're going Commando. What could be more fun? The more stuff you blow up, the stronger Ratchet gets, and the bigger and badder the weapons you'll have. Destroy hordes of enemies in gladiator arenas, upgrade your ship, and maneuver through the galaxy in intense space combat. Leave competitors to eat your dust in hoverbike races. A monumental game you do not want to miss. So, one of the big differences between this one and the first one is they introduced kind of an RPG leveling system to the different weapons and gadgets. So as you use them more, the way you can use them changes. So it's like upgradable abilities, which for the time was like mind-blowing. It's a mind-blowing mechanic to have in a game. And the planets themselves are huge, open, sprawling planets, ultimately, for you to explore, compared to the more boxed-in levels in the first game. They also added arenas and more combat challenges, and in the first game, if collecting bolts is fun, it becomes a bit of an addiction. In this one, you become obsessed with collecting more bolts so that you can upgrade your arsenal. Which leads us to our next title, Up Your Arsenal. So this is the third game in the series, and this one introduced multiplayer. So this one, again, if you have multi-tap, you can do up to 4-player for modes like Capture the Flag, Deathmatch, all that good kind of stuff. And then there is also the single-player campaign. If you wanted to go with a multiplayer campaign, that is available in the fourth game, which is a title I cannot remember off the top of my head, but it's in the fourth game that you can do a co-op campaign, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this one's really neat. It's an even bigger arsenal of weapons and gadgets than the first couple games. It's got that multiplayer, and it's just bigger, it's badder, and it's crazy. This is the one I've played the least, so you'll notice I have very little to say, but I'm excited to get into this one because I've heard good things, and excited for you too. You'll have to let me know what you think. Yeah. I'm just going to read the back here. It always gives a good overview, I think. Ratchet and Clank are going online, and they're ready to take on the universe. Oh yeah, so there was actually online multiplayer back in the day, but those servers are long gone. But it is nice that they've preserved the ability to play multiplayer through local multiplayer. That's one of the reasons I love indie gaming for PC and Switch now, because they still do preserve a lot of that original couch co-op style gameplay, which I think was one of the golden ages of gaming, like GoldenEye on the couch with your friends, right? Yeah. So, you blast away players through huge galactic battlefields. That's the planets I was mentioning earlier. So I think they upped the scale even more. As you discover new worlds to blow up, jump into armored vehicles with a teammate, or roar through thrilling... It's a bit of a tongue twister. Roar through thrilling single-player levels with all-new power-packed weapons. The outrageous intergalactic duo is back. So, a perfect 10 here, too, from PlayStation Magazine. I'm not sure the level of bias there, but I've heard good things, so it probably did earn the 10. So what I'm going to do is pass this over to you. And then I've just got to get your controller, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have here one off-brand, but functional, PlayStation 2 clear blue controller. Just doing an unwrap here. We'll just do a light test just to make sure all the buttons work. So we got all of our D-pad buttons are functional, joysticks fully rotational, both joysticks click in, your select button functional, start button functional. Now, one of the reasons you'll know this is off-brand is that the square, triangle, circle, and X are a little bit different, the art style. And then we got our triggers, left and right, and our bumpers, left and right. So, just to confirm for you that that controller is fully functional. And I will pass that over to you. And you know what? I didn't do disc checks on those last two games there, but what I'm going to do is just toss $5 off on all of them, because I know they didn't have manuals. I did my pre-check on them. So you'll actually have $15 back on your store credit. Was there anything that you wanted to order with that today, or did you want to save that for a future purchase? You did have some purchases in mind? You're looking to order something for the N64. Yeah, for sure. Inspired by this controller, perhaps, here? You'd actually like to order one of those controllers. Okay, yeah. So this one is just a display model, just a heads up. Yeah, it's like not even, there's no controller in here or anything, it's just a box. Just to kind of build the hype. We only have one, actually, and I've already sold it to another customer along with some of our N64 stock. If there's anything that you're looking for that's not available, what I can do is check our merchant network and see if there's any other vendors that have a copy for sale, and then I can make some negotiations, get my hands on a copy, and we can let you know what the price and all that is going to be. I think we do have a payment method on file for you. Yeah, we do. Yeah, okay. So before any purchase is made, we'll send you a notification to let you know what the purchase price would be for yourself, so you can approve that. Okay? Fantastic. Okay, that's of course if we have to order it. You might be lucky and we might have everything in stock. The controller is out of stock, but yeah, what games were you looking to pick up? Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Donkey Kong 64? Yeah, no, we should have copies of all of those. I think the ones we sold were Mario 64, Super Smash Bros. 64, and what was that last one? Oh, let me think here. I think it was Glover. That was the other one. It's kind of an obscure title, so I was having trouble remembering. But yeah, we should have a couple copies of Donkey Kong and both the Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. It's just the controller that we'd have to order in again. Did you want to kind of do the same arrangement as last time, where we order the controller in, you can pick that up, and the games at the same time? Did you have a controller already to play them with? You don't? Okay, yeah, so not much point taking them home today anyways, unless you really wanted to have them. I won't stop you. No, you're good to wait? Okay, cool. So we'll test those, clean them up, make them all shiny for you, and we'll order in a brand new wireless 8-bit toe controller for you, compatible with PC and N64, by the way. So if you wanted to use that for some PC compatible games, on PC. It's an option as well. Okay, so with the $15 discount, it looks like your total is going to be... We got 50, 50, 50, actually, yeah, 50 and 70, minus 15, so you'll be 55, so it's going to be $205 today, and we're okay to charge that to the payment method on file? Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to put that through. And like I said, your controller should be in with a week, maybe 2, tops. Yeah. Was there anything else I could assist you with today? Any games you wanted to know about? Anything like that? Oblivion. Yeah, I can actually tell you a decent amount about Oblivion. They actually recently, within the last year or so, released a remastered edition for PC. So if you're looking to play what I would consider to be a better version of the game, I would definitely look towards playing that. They fixed a lot of the leveling problems that were in the first game. It used to be that you had to play kind of like very specifically on certain skills that fed into other skills to like level up efficiently, and if you didn't, you would end up very weak later on. So it almost like discouraged leveling, and so they switched the leveling system to one that's kind of more similar to what you'd see in Starfield, which is a huge improvement. And then the graphics, of course, higher fidelity is always an improvement. And then next to it, Skyrim. I feel like that game needs no introduction. It's far more popular than Oblivion. It's honestly a lot more limited in terms of what you can do. Like in Oblivion, you can make your own spells. And the enchantments are based on the size of Soul Gem, whereas in Skyrim, it's based on your enchanting skill, what enchantments you can make. And there's all sorts of like broken loops you can make your character infinitely strong, whereas there isn't as much of that in Oblivion. And then going back even one more game to Morrowind, there was even more magic and stuff you could do. Like there was like flight, and all sorts of cool spells. And it seems like as the games went on, the systems got less complex, but more streamlined. Yeah. So they're all really cool games. I would definitely recommend any of those. Do you have a PS3? You do? I can add these to your order if you want. We actually have a sale on right now. You can get both of them for $20. Normally that's the price of them individually, but it's a little sale I thought of myself just as an Elder Scrolls fan. You'll take them? Yeah, for sure. I'll just add them to your order for next time. Perfect. Okay. So $20. Could you just confirm the payment? Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Alright. Well, you're all set. You've got 3 Nintendo games on the way, and your controller, and your 2 PS3 games for next time. So that'll be awesome. In the meantime, I very much hope you enjoy Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, and 3, and also Torino. I think you'll have a lot of fun with multiplayer there with friends. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks again for coming into the game store, and we'll catch you next time. Alright. Bye for now. Alrighty. Move to chill 2. Alright, let's get to work.